Hi, Deck Reviews here. We're just gonna take a break from the deck reviews today. I'm gonna teach you how to maintain your cards and how to keep it clean and white and flat. Alright, so I'm gonna be going over maintenance tips and supplies that will make your cards last longer. Give you tricks of the trade. Alright, so tip number one, wash your hands, Use hand sanitizer before you handle your cards. Dry your hands when you're done washing your hands. You don't want moisture on the cards. Moisture on the cards, you're gonna have a bad day. Have lather of soap on your hands and touch your cards, really bad day. If you have butter or grease on your hands, I'm gonna have a bad day. I'll feel for you if you have bad cards. Alright, tip number two, don't play with the cards too long. Like, sure, how are you supposed to practice if you don't play with it long? Well, just practice like a half-hour a day. Let the stuff soak into you, Alright, tip number three, change decks every so often. If you have 3 decks, that's the only way I could recommend practicing longer. Practice with one deck for like 15-30 minutes, put it away. Practice with the next deck 15-20 minutes, put it away. That way all your decks will last longer. Alright, tip number 4, when carrying around your cards, this is a big deal. When you carry your cards, you don't want to put this in your jean pockets. You want to keep it like in a baggy pocket, like in your jacket. I always like to carry my cards in a jacket pocket, a loose pocket, or I wear cargo pants, put it in the cargo pants pocket. That way the cards don't get bowed into the shape of your thigh. And also your thigh has body heat, and then that will also warp your cards. Alright, next tip, store your cards in a box. A box is like a free card press, it's like a free card clip. If you keep it in the box, it'll help keep the cards flat. If it's a tight box or whatever, keep your ad cards. If you keep your ad cards, you can really pack this tight, keep your cards flat longer. Alright, and finally, my last tip is to store the cards in a cool, dry place. You've seen my playing card trunk in my deck collection video. I keep them in there, and I just keep my cards on top of a dresser. Nice, cool place. Don't keep it under the sun. You're gonna warp your cards even if it's in the box. And don't store it in like a garage or anything. It'll get moldy and humid and it'll get gross. That's how you destroy your cards. Alright, now let's get into the playing card supplies. So as you can see here, if you're a table worker, I recommend getting a close-up pad. Simple as that. With a close-up pad, you're always guaranteeing you're working with a clean table, Yeah, just get a close-up pad or a giant mouse pad. This is just a trading card game mat I got for 10 bucks. Alright. Another thing you could use is use a card guard. It doesn't have to be a porper clip. I got this $5 card guard. Real cheap. If you really, if you don't have cargo pants or it's too hot to wear a jacket to use pockets, get a card guard. This will help keep your card stay in the current shape it is in when you put it in your pocket. A card guard won't flatten it out. If you have a porper clip, because that's engineered to flatten it out, yeah, that'll help it flatten out. But get a card guard just for general safety, I could store these in my jean pockets just fine, and they'll stay the exact same shape I put it in the card guard. Alright, and finally, this is like a last resort kind of thing, like a ditch resort. Use a card press. A card press is pretty much a clamp for your playing cards. Keep your cards in a card press when you're not using it. For like 2 weeks or so, the cards will be flat. So, use a deck, just keep your favorite deck in here. You'll squeeze out the moisture, help make it flat. Can't go wrong with a card press. The only drawback is it takes a couple weeks to flatten the card back to normal. Alright, so that's my playing card maintenance tips and supplies I recommend. Thanks for watching.